how these beautiful Caitlin says, I so need your beautiful soul medicine today. I have to say, I need it too, you know, and what I was just laughing about was that I really have no idea what I'm going to share until I get into the space. In this particular offering, when I do like my workshops and stuff, I plan ahead. But even then I have to listen. And all of these things, this is my body of work that I'm still concocting. Because it's on its own time schedule like everything else in the universe. Holly, if you hear me, like the time that we want things to happen and the time that things actually happen, this is the surrender, right, to the great mystery of life. But the metaphors, my hero's journey, my healer's journey, the podcast that I've only done a few episodes of, the book that I'm continuing to write and have been for the last 10 years, all of these things are nuances that I've learned about being a metaphysical priestess, channeler, woman archetype, and taking the science, if you will, about how energies and natural law of the universe works, and then distilling that into wisdom that we can move our life by. So listening, not knowing until it's happening, right? Trusting the unseen. The hardest stuff for our ego mind. I was just talking to one of my students in the surrender program. I'm sure she's probably here. Hi, if you're here. Mavornin, right? And I'm playing the Tara mantra right now, Green Tara. I saw Paul Simon last night in concert. I want to tell you guys about that. But I need this medicine just as much as you all. Because your presence, our collective gathering. Hi, Soch. Sochi, one of my favorite little beings in the universe. Oh, I'm glowing. Oh, thank you guys so much. You're really sweet. You know what I love so much? That we all get to be all over the world. And if you're new or wherever you want, you can, hi everybody. You guys can say all in the chat, all my sisters, all my friends. Missed you so much in the community. Oh, so sweet. Well, we get to do the Estrella next week with the full moon. The full moon is tomorrow. Mavornin. I knew it was an N. That's my student in surrender. Everybody, I hope this doesn't make you freak out. But can we all send some beautiful love to my sister goddess, this beautiful priestess who is going through her own surrender journey and transformation. Would you all mind sending this beautiful prayer and energy to Mavornin, and that she finds the exact place that she's looking for in the world to hold her, and that she allows herself to be held, because being held is delicious, and it's so hard for the warrior queen priestess to allow ourselves to receive from life. And so may this be a collective prayer that we receive in this moment, and may that seed in this moment, this collective temple and this collective gathering, that we all receive the divine support, the synchronicities, that we call to Great Spirit, and that we command being assisted and being helped, because we understand that we are worthy of it. And there is no interference, and whatever comes up on our path as a roadblock is a redirection to the correct path, because maybe we are being broken to expand so that we step into something that's beyond our greatest understanding, because from our ego mind we cannot understand the journey. Hence the principle of surrender and allowing ourselves to be broken open and transformed, and to allow that irritation of the own timing. It happens in its own timing. And that is that full know that sometimes, and I know you and me, Soshi, we've talked about this a lot, is that there's a stretch. God, and I have it in my own life, a stretch of receiving support. How many other people, by the way, I'm curious, who out here in the world is such a giver that receiving support is actually where your Achilles heel is? That like it takes more for you to receive. You have to slow down your nervous system so much in order to like, yeah. How many other people are like just empathic overgivers and support everybody in the world and feel that they're more comfortable serving outwardly than they are receiving inwardly? And yet I'm at this really amazing space in my journey, and we're going to get into songs and prayers in a second. I can feel the energy shifting. But I just want to say that, oh, it's all good, Goddess. I appreciate you and love you, and much gratitude to all the blessings. Aw, yay! That's why we're here. Everybody put in the chat where we are in the globe. And it keeps biting me in the ass big time, Katie says, is that your ability to not receive? Because right now I'm in a space where I feel like I'm being receptive, Portland, but I also feel like I'm a little on edge. Arkansas, hello April. Overgiving, biting you in the ass. Nice, yeah, totally. Yeah, so it's funny, we get different lessons at different times, right? So sometimes we're like being told by the universe, like stop overgiving. And sometimes we're being told by the universe, hey, just receive, like receive. And for me, feeling the full moon, me too. I started feeling it last night, y'all. We're gonna have a delicious little gathering today. Full moon is in Libra at like 27 degrees or something like that, late Libra. We just had the Aries eclipse, the last one of the last 18 months. You know what's also happening in the chat that I'm feeling energetically is you guys are all being supportive to each other. And that's what I feel so grateful to be a steward of, which is sisterhood and collective equality, right? Teaching not from a hierarchical place, but like from a circle. And all of that has been not given to me, not demonstrated for me. And so that's something so holy that I embrace and believe in. All right, let's start to center, yeah? All right. So just come to a comfortable seat or wherever you're at. Maybe you're walking around, and that's okay. We're just gonna get to be here together. I'm gonna call to spirit. Don't forget the brothers who are joining. Yeah, I was just talking about the chat, but any brothers in the audience, I want to make them, I would so welcome the Divine Masculine in the circle. If you're here, you can give hearts. You can just say what's up in the chat. Tell us where you're from. We want and revere your presence so much. And so let us speak to that as we call in the elements. Yes, so here for the support for the Divine Masculine. So honored and revered. Thank you, Liz, for mentioning that. So good. Thank you, everyone, for allowing this circle to exist. Thank you for trusting yourselves, and bringing yourself to the vulnerability of this temple. It's not easy, all of us who are in the work of being kind of a different frequency than the collective. Not kind of, Yeah, real talk, right? And so with that, Great Spirit, we bow our heads to you. We bow our heads to this great unknown mystery of life at the time of the full moon that is with us. And not only the time of this full moon, but the end of Venus retrograde, of Mercury retrograde, and the Mars retrograde. And by the next month, everything will have picked up speed, as they say in astrology. So really honoring that we've been doing some internal work. There were eclipses around the equinox cycle. Venus retrograde sometimes brings us into the gut of self-love. And that's done today. It's done. And so as the light returns to the north, we are initiating a new cycle and a new season of our lives. Gate gate paragate parasam gate bori soha. So let us bring in the energy of the north. I start always the directions with the ancient ones. That is my connection personally to the stones and the bones of the earth, to the grandmothers and the grandfathers, and the ancestors, and the wisdom. Earth element, steadiness, nature. I really feel all of you right now out there, and I just want to honor that. I can feel the strength, I can feel the sovereignty, and I can feel you tuning to the energy of the north. I can feel you all out there attuning to what I'm speaking to. And it's very strong today, and I honor that. I just want to break to say that I feel you all, and I honor that. Okay? Thank you for your concentration. And so this is where the animal totem of buffalo lives. And buffalo, in its wisdom, is a symbol of generosity and abundance, and all needs being met. And so we are grateful for that season of winter that calls us to go inward for deep reflection, that we are moving out of now that we are in spring. And we are grateful for all of the wisdom of the ancestors, the guides and the guardians that live here in this beautiful energy and that serve us and shape us, sometimes not coddling us when like we would want, but just steady. And so we bring in your medicine and your wisdom, and we feel the place in ourselves that is steady. As we turn now to the west, the waters of the west, we honor the dolphins, the whales, the singing ones that carry the records of the ancient ways all around this world, the oceans of the earth. This is also the place where bear medicine lives. Bear is this hibernation fall turning within. And so there is a transition, yeah? And the seasons that we honor when we call the directions, they hold parts of life. And so as we move towards summer, the fire, the south, the snake, the coyote, the wolf, there's the teenage years of life, or full bloom, which we experience in different chapters of our life. And that fall energy is that turning within, and then the winter is stillness. And so each of us have parts of our lives that turn into these seasons. And it's important that we surrender to exactly where we are in every moment, so that we take the nourishment and the medicine, and the deeper that we commit, the deeper that we allow ourselves to be where we are on the journey, the more that we get moved to the next direction, the bird tribes of the east, the element of air, the winged ones, the hawk, the eagle, the dove, the raven, let's say owl, sure, yeah, I see you, hi. And so there is a huge expansion here right now as you imagine, please imagine with me, a beautiful thunderbird kind of wings spread galactic eagle that I'm seeing right now above me. Um, Really one of my medicine totems completely. And imagine that frequency, it's like a giant wingspan and we are held within it. And that energy carries our prayers to the great above. So put in intentions right now in this moment, please, that are for your truth of feeling. Maybe if you feel like there's another chapter of your life that you are stepping into. This has been some of my prayers. Last night I was at this beautiful concert for one of my, I'm sorry, I don't mean to break the directions, but it's coming through. Your prayers for the full moon, the prayers for the understanding that we are churning energies and not to rush, that there is this little portal, these little transitions of unknown between the next phase where things start moving forward. Okay, so I'm going to close that and keep going up, up, up. So plant your seeds of intention as we bring our prayers to the great above, to intergalactic consciousness, to the bodhisattvas, and to the angelic realm that is here today. So we're going to call in some archangels: Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. We want to also call to the ascended masters that we work with. So call in all of your guides of the highest realms, all of the light beings that you work with. And I feel like saying it can even be Jesus or Mother Mary or any religious figures or deities, or the Buddha, saints and sages, Paramahansa Yogananda, Swami Sri Yukteswar, Lahiri Mahashai, Neem Karoli Baba, Ramdas, Metatron. I love that you just mentioned Metatron, Caitlin, yes. And so calling in all of this light. And we also want to call into the intergalactic ones, the Syrians, the Pleiadians, all of the beings that we are still a mystery to us. Our dearly departed loved ones, yes, guides and guardians. Bring all of them close to you. Imagine that you have wings on your back, and like the wings of that giant bird that I was speaking about, and then they are all nestled inside this great wingspan, and they're all behind you, and yet also in our collective field we all make up one giant beautiful bird together. Gate gate, paragate, parasangate, bodhi soha. I'll give you one more visualization that I'm hearing. They're very active today. I can feel different textures. So imagine not only in this wingspan that we have this beautiful collective circle, that we're in this astral field together, that even though we are all around the globe in different places in our homes, we're also in a beautiful temple, energetic, that we're building right now. We're co-creative with our energy. And in the center of this temple is this beautiful violet crystal, almost like an amethyst, but it's made of the violet flame. Ooh, ooh. And as we attune to our heart energy, we pour anything that does not serve the energy of our hearts into this violet flame so that it can be purified. Yeah, so it's like just being here in this temple takes away anything that's in our central column, our Sushumna Nadi, that doesn't need to be there, and it's almost like a beautiful ascension chamber or an activation just by being here in the circle, because we have the angels and the guides and the guardians and this beautiful violet flame in the middle of the room, and we are all being upgraded. And so we call it in with all sincerity and all respect. Gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisoha. And we're going to take this one more further, and we're going to feel into the earth together. And if you could just see me, I swirled my hips a bit. Some of you might have your eyes closed. So I invite you to maybe feel your legs, yeah? Really important. We did all the astral work, and we're going to ground this, and we'll do 3 tones together to do some grounding and anchoring and rooting the temple, because it's important that we're grounded and stable just as much as we're connected to these higher realms, yeah? So Pachamama, Mother Earth, all of the plants that we eat, all of the medicines that we weave, we hope that our work is in service to you. And we open in trust of ourselves and our spines and our backbones. We open with security the root chakra to spiral down, right away, nice, down deep into the center of the earth, and to not be afraid of grounding ourselves. Because sometimes, and I see this with a lot of my clients, is that we can feel bound up in the roots, just like a plant where the root spirals and we're root bound. It's like a bind, and we don't let ourselves unfurl because we're nervous or we're scared of being here on earth, because on earth we have suffering and pain, yeah? So we have to trust ourselves enough to unwind our roots and imagine like a spiral pattern of unwinding and anchoring, so that our roots can expand all the way down and wide and out. Do you feel the difference as I'm speaking to that? I definitely do. There's more power when you're wide, and then you can imagine your breath receiving energy up from the earth. This is one of those postures so that you can receive fully. And then exhaling down your spine, down into the roots. Good. Let's do that 2 more times, and then we'll add our sound into it. Inhale, allowing ourselves to come up, 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 up. Feeling well, that felt like enough. Let's see if we need to do a couple more tones. I'm just going to hold this steady for a moment. Okay, so now the intention is for us to gather energy up from the earth and pour it into the heart. And maybe we can take a mantra that opens the heart instead of just doing a tone. It's a really simple mantra. Imagine we're taking like a cup of love. I'm stealing this from Ram Dass, and pouring it in the heart, okay? And so it's Om Mani Padme Hum. And when we put the Hum, we're pouring a cup of nectar into the heart. So if you can do that visualization with me, we're gonna imagine down into the earth, and we're gonna say Om Mani Padme up, Hum into the heart. Yeah, so Om Mani down, Padme up, Hum into the heart. Om Mani Padme Hum. Yes, let's do that a few more times. Cool. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Just a few more times. Om Mani Padme Hum. Last one here. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now let's just chant it. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani
Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. There's a jewel in the lotus flower.
You know what, actually?
Om Mani Padme Hum.
I want to teach this to you. Okay. Let's see if we can do this.
Om Mani Padme
I'm gonna
Hum.
skip.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Okay.
Om Mani Padme.
Here's a song
Om Mani
that was
Padme
taught to me.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
And let's see if we can do this
Mani
together.
Padme Hum.
The
Om
words are,
Mani
here's the lotus
Padme
mudra.
Om Mani Padme.
There's a
Om
jewel in
Mani
the
Padme
lotus flower.
Om Mani Padme.
No, it's not gonna work. Hold on one second. Do. Give me 1 second. I want to teach you something. Let's open a new one. So pardon the break of the energy. I'm gonna make a teaching. It's gonna be like a workshop. Circle cast. Let me tune into that really quick. Circle feels good. Okay. Lotus mudra. Yes. Okay, cool. Lotus mudra is like this. Hands are cupped. Hands are at your heart. The Om Mani Padme Hum mantra means there's a jewel in the lotus flower inside my heart. Yeah, purity. That works out perfect. It's a jewel. The lotus flower's in my heart, yeah. The song that I'm going to teach you, it goes, there's a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding deep within my soul. To be a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding is the highest goal. Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Can we do that together? Yeah? Yes. Okay, we got a heart. Good. That's always good. So I'm going to do one more time the loop. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Unfolding within my soul to be a jewel in the lotus flower. Unfolding is the highest goal. My guides were telling me something was off outside. I don't know if you heard the bird chirping. Okay.
There's a jewel in the lotus flower.
Okay, let's do it softer.
Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum.
Let's see.
Om mani padme hum.
So soft.
Om mani padme hum. 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 Om mani
Okay, different texture.
There's a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding deep within my soul. To be a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding is the highest goal. Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum.
I have one more visual for us. Today is layered with many textures. Do you remember how I said about the violet flame in the center of the circle? So not only can you do just chanting Om Mani Padme Hum or singing the song with me, but feel your heart chakra and imagine a spiral of energy connecting to the violet flame. Ooh. And imagine that you are taking out, removing any jewels, any things that may not be the pure jewel of your lotus flower heart. So any sorrow, any suffering, anything that needs to be released from your heart now, throw it into the violet flame and allow it to be purified. Okay? We're going to sing the song now, yeah? Thank you for letting it evolve into what it wants to be.
There's a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding deep within my soul. To be a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding is the highest goal. Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. There's a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding deep within my soul. To be a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding is the highest goal. Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. There's a jewel in the lotus flower. Om Mani Padme Hum. There's a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding deep within my soul. To be a jewel in the lotus flower unfolding is the highest goal. Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani highest There's a jewel in the lotus flower, unfolding deep within my soul. To be a jewel in the lotus flower, falling in my soul. Om Tikataya Te 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 Chunde Daya O Teya 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 Tum Teya Om Teya Onde yakatahe ta onde kayante ta te ta 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 onde katayanta. Shoo. You never know what's going to come through, huh? Wow, very cool. Oh my God, how are we already 44 minutes into this? This is crazy. On my way to be of service, thank you for the reminder and activation within my lovely heart and soul. Just what I needed. Blessings to you all. Thanks, Soshi. Have fun being an acupuncturist. Thanks for being here. 64 of us. When I'm 64. Do you guys remember that song? Will you still need me? Will you still lead me? No. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me? When I'm 64. A simpler time. So, for those of you who are new, wow, this was a blessing to witness. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. And thank you for Jennifer. Yeah, for those of you who are new, I will go from Tibetan mantra to shamanic light language to joke about the Beatles in less than 5 minutes, 60 miles per hour from 0 to 60, because that's who I am. And Jennifer says, wow, what a blessing to witness. And April says, that was powerful. Thank you for sharing the Lotus Mudra. My honor. I also felt, did you guys feel, I mean, you don't have to speak to it, really. It's kind of known. Hello, this was beautiful. Thank you, Champa. Champa, maybe? I'm going into channel, so my eyes are closing, not to ignore you, but because my guides want me to listen to whatever's next. So give me a moment to do that. Because they wanna, they're in charge here. I just am a vessel, you know, and happen to know a lot of beautiful songs. Mm-hmm. And yogic lineage, and Celtic lineage, and Tibetan lineage, and all the lineages. We want to honor all of the lineages. Continuing to purify, really calling in those who I can feel. There's a field of multiple beings that are going through a heart purification right now in this moment that are on the call. And so honoring you. Sometimes we get so attached to our suffering, it becomes an identity. I was thinking about this last night with myself, how I've been single for so long, and I wonder if I have an identity that perpetuates it. I'm sure I do. And so I ask, on behalf of all of us, that we shed the identities that may have feel so comfortable and so familiar, you know, and given us maybe a sense of power or ego, but are willing to shed them so that we turn into something that we don't even know but can bring us great happiness. Oh, gate parasam gate bori soha. Om Kataya. Wow. Let's just sit for a moment in stillness, yeah? I'm being instructed to sing a puja on the harmonium. It can get very hypnotic, this song, because it's long and it's the same chord progression over and over again. hence the thing about a puja. Yeah, it's a prayer. This is to Shiva. Shiva's the divine masculine. We were calling that in earlier, and now I'm feeling called to sing to that. We had Tara mantras, and Kuan Yin, Om Mani Padme Hum is also a Tara Tibetan energy. There's lots of energy moving through me. I'm really grateful. Yeah, so let's see. I feel like I actually want to put the harmonium on my lap, which is not something I normally do. Okay. So this is going to be very, very meditative. That's what's going to happen here. So you guys can meditate with me. Some days we're like really active and ceremonial, and some days we're guided to go within. So yeah. Let me just get the chords. If I remember correctly, it's no, it couldn't be that. It's probably see if there's an easier way to do that. Goes. Maybe I do this down. Sorry for any disturbances. Yeah, let's do it like this. E flat is here. There we go. Got it. Oh. For those of you who might know, this is a Krishna Das song. I don't know who knows who Krishna Das is? Does anybody know who Krishna Das is? Ram Dass's friend? Agorevyo, Tagorevyo, Gora Gora, Tarevyaha, Sarvevyaha, Sarve Sharvevyo, Namaste Astu, Rudra Rupe Vyaha. Tatsparukaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachudaya. Sachidananda Muertaye Nishprapachaya Shyam Niraram
The end of that song. The end of that song. I'm going to read that in 1 second. Or maybe I should read that first. I want to tell you the end of the mantra and what it means.
true. I am in an altered state. The end of that mantra is very precious. I actually want to go get the symbols. I'm going to go get the symbols of Shiva. I'm a super duper nerd today. I'm teaching you guys so much. And then I want to read your beautiful comment, Jennifer. So on my coffee table, I have a little Shiva altar because I have altars all over my house. Ay, ay, ay. And Shiva has a trident. Also Kali as well. Kali is the divine feminine, destructive, wrathful energy, but it's also a source of power. Shiva, in his form of Nataraja, dances a ring of fire. And again, remember when I called in the seasons and we were talking about, spring, summer, fall. It's like a teaching around purification in the Hindu tradition. There's Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the sustainer, and Shiva's the destroyer. And it really just talks about reality and the nature of reality, And so I have a Shiva lingam. This is supposed to represent the phallus, a phallic symbol. It's a stone. And in the Hindu tradition, they pour milk and honey, and it's all to revere the deity of Shiva. I guess you could say that the trident's kind of a phallic symbol as well. And then here's it's a mini Shiva that I happened to get these two things together when I was in Crestone at a retreat, which is a weird little Colorado town that's connected to a ley line to Tibet. And so I have these on my coffee table. It's like my little altar to Shiva. The end of that mantra, the prayer, it says, Jyotir Lingaya Namaha, Atman Lingaya Namaha, Guru Lingaya Namaha. And the lingam is this, the phallic symbol of Shiva. And Atman Lingaya Namaha, it's like my soul, I bow, I prostrate, like this to the force, to the divine masculine force that is Shiva, my teacher, Guru Lingaya, and then I bow to the Guru, the teacher that brings me. And so in the tradition with Krishnadas and Ramdas, it's Tanim Karoli Baba, who is said to be an incarnation of Hanuman, which is a derivative of Shiva. So all connected, but there's such a beautiful prayer, and I think this ties into the comment that Jennifer wrote perfectly. Jennifer says, "You have just inspired me. I sit here and I see you radiating your light so brightly. You are luminous. I will no longer hide in my shadow for fear of not being loved, because I am a child of the universe and I am love." Yeah, I'm glad that I could inspire that. Sometimes when I oh good, I'm reading all the other good vibes. That's good. I'm so glad. It's all remembering, yeah. It's all remembering. I'll unpack what I just said, but what I just said has layers to it. And I'm gonna get super yoga teacher nerd about it, okay? Krishna Das taught this to me. The mantras are apparently, I have a really cute YouTube video about this that I made in 2020, by the way, which my mantra class on Insight Timer, I taught a class in 2021 that was a live workshop, and then I took the audio and I made the mantra workshop that's on Insight Timer, if you guys want to nerd out about mantras and yogas. They're magic words, legit, right? These are magic words that it's said that the rishis, that the priests, or shamans of ancient India, maybe even before it was India, back when it was just the Vedic continent, went into altered states and heard the sounds of the unmanifest world. Yeah. So they came back with Sanskrit which is a magical language. Like, and I said things like Om is the sound of the universe, and Ram is a name for God. Yeah, Shiva. All of these tones that we, just like the tones of the bowls, they remember us back to our true nature, yeah, which is infinite love. You get where I'm going with this? So when we see the light in someone else and we can honor it, and it doesn't bring up, feelings of competition or jealousy or anything like that, or vulnerability even can happen. But it's mapping something possibly that we want. But I don't know if that's always the case. Because I'm thinking about my life and like our lives when we see things that we want. Sometimes I think we just also want our lives to be easier. Real talk, you know what I mean? And it's not like we're like, oh, I would love, that dharmic path. Sometimes I see people who have like certain things together, like a life partner. That's something that I've really been working with lately. But it's all karma, man. It's what have you incarnated into? And in the Bhagavad Gita, it says it's better to do your own life path perfectly than to try to get someone else's life path, So we have to be careful. There's always discernment, always discernment, always discernment. And without any of that, what we're doing here in this temple, is we're letting go of something that Jennifer said, which is the shadow of fear. Let's embrace that for a moment, because I know that's not just you. It's all of us in different ways, yeah. So on this full moon energy, together we are, yeah. Feel into, collectively, what is the fear? And you can even voice it in the chat that's holding you back. What's the fear that you're ready to release in this Libra full moon? And let go of and surrender so that it doesn't have to own you, so that you can invite in who you are in truth. Yeah, a child of the universe, worthy just because you exist, not needing to prove or present yourself in any way, but just actually perfect. Even in all of the royal messiness that we are. And I'll use myself as an example. Is like years ago when I first started teaching yoga, 2011, 2012, 2013, even 2015, there was a time where if I had to figure out those chords in front of you or adjust the things like I'm doing, this is a very organic offering, and I might be a little bit more self-conscious if you were in the room with me of like, oh, I'm doing stuff, but I have 5 planets in Sag, and I'm a little messy. I would love to be more Virgo-like and more together and polished. And when I see other people who are really polished, I'm like, oh, I want to be like that, But I was thinking something right before this call started. And I was thinking about how all these things I wanted, I didn't receive. But what it gave me was a sense of self, having my own back, that I now feel like that's what I serve others with. I've been denied, quote unquote, things like outer worldly success or marriage or a partnership, but I'm 41, right? So there's all this programming, like all these things should have already happened, right? but I'm on a journey and I'm in this unknown realm and I'm a teacher and it's beautiful. My work is amazing. I'm so grateful for it. Yeah, we're in it right now. It's so happy. Yeah. And I was thinking about how if I would have gotten all of those things, I wouldn't have matured to have the lack of self-consciousness that I have and the attunement to be able to be of service. And it was through the denial of those things that I thought that I wanted so bad, that I matured and got a wisdom that I bless other people with. So what sense does that make in our lives? Are you guys feeling me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Is like, we think we want XYZ, and we sometimes forget what's happening. And there's beauty in everything as it is. This is building trust with life. And it's so hard. It's so hard to do that. But this is what I want for all of us, because these were the questions on my heart last night as I was listening to Paul Simon. And I was trying to I was trying to feel into, what does the next chapter look like for me? The only way to get there is to listen to what is here now. Jennifer put hers in the chat. I'll read it out loud in a moment. If anybody else wants to voice what they're releasing in the chat, what they're calling in, I welcome it. What is life wanting from you in this moment? Maybe you don't know. Can you live in the unknowing until you're told? Can you love yourself while you're waiting? Paul Simon had this really beautiful, he has a new album called 7 Palms, like Psalms. Psalms, 7 Psalms, Psalms. The first one. So he did this kind of boring set in the first half hour of his concert last night. I cried all last night, you guys. And the background was all black and it just said the words, the Lord, the Lord. And he talked about how he wasn't as satisfied. He didn't feel like he was more satisfied than any of us. And with all his worldly success and anything like that. And he also felt like everything was still very ephemeral in his life. It's like 83 years old or something like that. Being one of the best songwriters, arguably, on earth that ever existed. And still having a yearning on his heart. A yearning on his heart that was infinite, with all of the questions. And that is our access and our gateway to God. That is our truth. This is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of devotion. It's the yoga. No, I went to a concert. I saw Paul Simon last night. He lives in Wimberley. He lives an hour from me in Austin, Texas. And I did a special gift to myself to see him. He might be my favorite singer ever. Leonard Cohen was one who I also saw. I got to see him twice before he passed away. I was also hoping to meet some people there. And everybody who was there was like 70 years old. I called my mom and I was like, everybody here is your age. I'm the only person. It reminded me of when my grandmother used to take care of me, and I used to be surrounded by older people when I was young. Yeah. So I want to presence one more thing about that. And it goes into the yearning of our desires, the yearning on our hearts. There's a yearning that's present, probably for each of you, yeah. But I also want to presence another thing. And it's that there's probably a bunch of things that you wanted at one time that did happen. Yeah. And so don't forget that it takes time for things to manifest in this world. Ooh. And so we really want to allow transitions from one chapter of life to the next. Make space for your transitions as we listen to the infinite and receive the next, the next, and the next. And trust ourselves to walk the path in humility, because that's a door. It's a door to be able to understand and to receive. To say, I don't know. Oh Lord, show me the way. Wow. Okay, I'm going to read the chat now. All right, this is what people are releasing. So Jennifer's releasing the fear that she will disappoint others by not being perfect, because I am very loud when I enter the room, if you know what I mean. I do know what you mean. I have that too. I feel and see things others haven't allowed themselves to see. And the judgment from others has hurt my heart. I can speak to that for a moment. I'll just say something small. It took me many years to recognize that I'm not... I mean, there's a couple things. Something just popped in my ear to say, so I'll say that. And it's that people who judge other people are going to judge you no matter what you do. So you could be quiet or you could be loud, and you might still get judged by judgmental people. That's just how that is. So we're not in control of that. It took me a long time as an empath to not personalize these things. I still have issues. I have a lot of issues. I have a lot of power dynamics with people in community that I know is a karma for me. So that's my personal part of responsibility for it. It's like, okay, this pattern keeps showing up. And the way that I'm being guided to work with it is just to let go of personalizing it. You know, don't take it into yourself as much, and understand that, like, this is going to happen. It's either going to happen for the rest of my life, so I better get used to it and not take it personal. Or one day it won't happen, you know? So it's really important. Oh, April just put in, I'm learning that those who judge harshly usually are not grounded in self-love. They don't even approve of themselves. I know. That's ironically, not to talk smack about the spiritual community that I'm a part of, but there's a lot of that there. It's very challenging to see the hypocrisy in the performative spirituality versus the actual generosity of spirit. It's taken me a lot to have good discernment. I think discernment's a big maturation skill that we need. All right. Kate says surrender, presence, and non-attachment. So good. Those are beautiful words. Aparigraha is a Hindu word that means non-attachment, non-grasping. So that's challenging for me all the time, to want things and then not to cling and allow it to pass through. The mantra we sang earlier, the lotus mantra, that would work for that. I release the chains of fear and embrace and reclaim my power of self-expression and creativity. Oh yes, April, that's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Jennifer says, when I walk my path, I trip and fall, and roll and walk and fall and then trip and then walk. That's hysterical. I love the way you wrote that. I will never be perfect, and I know I will fall, but I also know that I will walk and I will walk and I will have wings in this world. That's so good. I'm so glad that you guys love my little catchphrase. I say that a lot, walk as if I have wings in this world. Renee says you've been exposed to some good old 70s music. It was so sweet. Yes, spiritual bypassing, 100%. How many of us are there? 68. All right, we have about 10 more minutes left. So perfect for a closing number. Maybe we can do like a little drum party thing, party song to close. If I can get this to fiddle. I might have to get one of those headset mics, huh? One day. May all mothers know that they are loved. Do you guys want to do that one? And may all the Circle of Women song. Ooh, hit the microphone. See, I used to like. Now I'm just reckless. All right, let me listen, and then let's see one more thing. I think that's the song because nothing else is coming, so that means that's the song. Do you guys know this song? It's called Circle of Women. It's by Nalini Blossom. She's a fellow songstress, past life friend of mine. It says, may all mothers know that they are loved, and may all sisters know that they are strong, and may all daughters know that they are powerful, that the circle of women will live on. Yeah? Okay. So we're going to call in our guides to dance around with us. And imagine that circle that we had in the very beginning of the very beginning. So this is the part where I'm like, all right, everybody in our circle with the violet flame in the center, we're going to stand up. We're going to call the guides in, and we're going to stomp it out. So if you're somewhere where you can stand and dance, I invite you to do that. And yeah, we're just going to kind of shake and wrestle it out. May all mothers know that they are loved, and may all sisters know that they are strong, and may all doctors know that they are powerful, that the circle of women may live on, that the circle of women may live on. May all daughters know, mothers know that they are loved. And may all sisters know that they are strong. And may all daughters know that they are worthy, that the fire of the goddess may burn on, that the fires of the goddess may burn on. Yeah, hey, yeah, 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 yeah, hey, yeah. doctors know that they are beautiful, that the circle of women may live on, that the fire of the goddess may burn on. Yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Let's just do the eyes. Yeah, hey, 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 yeah, May all mothers know that they are loved. And may all sisters know that they are strong. And may all daughters know that they are worthy. That the fire of the goddess will I wish I could play really good guitar, because then I would play you like Sound of Silence or something. That was the last song that he sang last night. I don't know if I want to do it because it's like, I might butcher it. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Yeah, I'll just leave that. So good. Let's listen if there's anything else that wants to be shared. I'm feeling our circles complete, and I kind of just want to do this. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you for the direction of the north, the west, the south, the east, the great above, the archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, guides and guardians who always protect and serve and show up for us. Thank you to the Ancient Ones, Divine Mother, Divine Father, grandmothers, grandfather spirits, all of the Ancient Ones, stars, Syrians, the whales, the Pleiades, all the beings that I work with, the Tibetans, the mantras, Shiva, the beautiful full moon, the energy of now, insight timer, all of the energies of all of the souls, the ones who are struggling and the ones who are with yearning and questions on our hearts. May we walk as if we have wings in this world. May we remember the truth of who we are. May we feel the inspiration and the being cracked open. May we understand and receive more information so that we can walk our path clearly as good stewards of humanity, of a different frequency on earth, and may the givers receive. Aho, namaste, and so it is. In love, light, and warrior spirit. My name is Michelle Infinity, Michelle Coutinho. It's been a deep honor to be of service to all of you. I thank my guides and angels. I thank Insight Timer so much. And I thank all of us who gather each week here to support each other and to attune to wisdom and a higher frequency of consciousness. May you be flooded with good energy. May it carry you throughout the full moon weekend and into the next week until we see each other again. Oh, thank you so much for your donations. I always forget to mention that. Donations are welcome. Thank you for your support. And if anybody wants to work with me one-on-one, my name is you can type my name in and find me online. My website, you can apply to work with me one-on-one. I do really, really beautiful mentorship. And yeah, it's a new season, so it's always a good time. And when the season is starting to jump into the container. Let's see if there's anything else that I need to share. I'm just so grateful for all of you. And imagine for one last moment that circle that is the temple space. And maybe we can imagine that violet flame in the middle of the circle dying down and kind of going into hibernation until we call it back into. And then you can imagine yourself kind of energetically disconnecting from everyone in the circle, scanning your body, feeling as though your own physical body is now, sweeping down your body on all of the energy that might be from the circle. It discharges back into your body to heal you and nourish your cells and your skin. And thanks everybody. You guys are so kind. I really appreciate all your donations. You're so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be with you next week. I have to put up my little calendar things, but I feel like this is good, very nice, complete. How are you guys all doing? I'll give anybody the floor if they want to share anything. You're more than welcome. And if not, we'll just kind of kiss and say goodbye. Mwah. Love all of you. And yeah, really, really good. You know where to find me. You can reach out to me on Insight Timer directly and send me a message if you need anything. And kind of a gentle exit into the ethers. So sending you guys so much love, and I'll talk to you soon. And thank you so much for your kindness and your donations. It's really, really sweet. It's all energy, and energy may it be multiplied for all of us. And in service, I bow to each of you. Namaste. Oh, hi, 2 people watching. Very cool.